If you're looking for a town that has plenty of access to a lake, a very active downtown, and a private university, you're going to want to watch today's video all the way to the end because we're talking all about Anderson, South Carolina. So kick your shoes off. Stay a while. Located southwest of Greenville, Anderson, South Carolina has a ton of personality. Salutations, good people. I'm Josh, and after being a resident of Anderson, South Carolina for just over 15 years, I'm going to point out what I think are the highlights and possibly the most important things you should know if you're planning to relocate to Anderson. So let's start with Anderson's location. As far as its proximity to larger metro areas are concerned, it's just over 2 hours to Charlotte from Anderson and just under 2 hours to Atlanta, Georgia. And it's about 40 minutes from Greenville. However, in my experience when living in Anderson, anytime I found myself needing to shop or go out to eat, I usually ended up staying in Anderson because the town, for the most part, had me covered. However, you really can't beat Greenville's restaurant options and atmosphere. Anderson is also about 30 minutes to the Georgia line when you're headed to Hartwell, Georgia. And speaking of Hartwell, Lake Hartwell, which is a huge reservoir, partially borders Anderson. And on that note, there are multiple access points to that particular lake. Now, while I just mentioned that Greenville has an unbeatable atmosphere, something that Greenville does not have is one of the largest flea markets in the Southeast. The Anderson Jockey Lot and Farmers Market spans over 65 acres, providing an assortment of goods, antiques, you name it, the Anderson Jockey Lot probably has it, as well as fresh produce. And for as long as the Jockey Lot has been around, to me it shows a sense of community. And something else that expresses those community vibes is all of the annual events and festivals that take place in Anderson. Some of those festivals include Freedom Fest, which is celebrated around Independence Day, the Electric City Comic Con, and just to get this out of the way, if you hear me refer to Anderson as the Electric City, that is indeed its nickname. And it got this name by being the first city in the South that transmitted long-distance power. Other events include the Anderson County Fair, and quite possibly the biggest festival, one that Anderson has become known for, is the Anderson Balloon Festival. This event features hot air balloon rides, live music, and it attracts visitors from all across the region and offers a very colorful and festive atmosphere. Now, shifting away from fun things to do, let's talk academics. Anderson is home to a variety of schools, and probably the most popular school out of this selection would be T.L. Hanna High School. T.L. Hanna is where longtime Anderson resident Radio spent time encouraging students on the football field and being a friend to just about everyone who lived in Anderson. And if you haven't seen the movie Radio starring Cuba Gooding Jr., I highly recommend it. Now, earlier I mentioned a private university. That university is Anderson University. Formerly known as Anderson College, Anderson University offers a wide range of graduate and undergraduate programs, including arts, sciences, business education, health sciences, and theology. Now, AU is a Christian university. It emphasizes spiritual growth, ethical leadership, and service to others. The university competes in NCAA Division II sports and has wonderful athletic programs. And having lived only a 5-minute walking distance from the university, for about 10 years, I got to watch this beautiful campus evolve into an even more exciting place to grow and learn. Okay, now let's switch over to a little economics. One thing pretty cool about Anderson is it's pretty diverse when it comes to its economy. It's strong in manufacturing, healthcare, education, and services. The city benefits from this because it's not heavily reliant on just one single industry. You've got numerous manufacturing facilities, including automotive, textiles, and other industries. When looking at education, the aforementioned Anderson University is a major player, and when it comes to healthcare and med health, which is a regional healthcare system, and it heavily contributes both to the local economy and to the well-being of its residents. And of course, Anderson's proximity to Greenville allows residents to access additional job opportunities, as well as services and entertainment options. The interconnectedness with Greenville contributes nicely to the economic synergy of the region. The city has been recognized for its business-friendly environment, attracting a multitude of companies that contribute to the economic growth, and there's even plenty of support for entrepreneurship. Now, contributing to Anderson's economy is its location. Anderson's access to major highways, including Interstate 85, facilitates the transportation of goods and services. This connectivity is super beneficial for businesses and industries in the region. One of my favorite things about Anderson is that it's got a thriving small business community with plenty of local shops and restaurants. Now, the cost of living in Anderson is generally lower compared to its neighboring larger metro areas, making it an attractive location for families seeking something a little more affordable. However, I can tell you, as being a former resident of Anderson, the county of Anderson doesn't exactly have the lowest taxes around compared to neighboring smaller counties. Now, you can't make a video about Anderson without talking about its active downtown area. Downtown Anderson is recognized as a historic district with a charming blend of architectural styles. Among all these, it also offers a nostalgic atmosphere that truly reflects the city's history. One major feature of downtown Anderson, and I tend to still call this a new addition because I was living there when this was constructed, but about 10 years ago, Carolina Wren Park has really made a name for itself. It's in the heart of downtown, and it's a big focal point for community events and various gatherings. Another big staple in downtown Anderson is the Farmers Market Pavilion, and this is simply where local farmers and artisans come together to showcase fresh produce, various crafts, and locally sourced goods. It's an awesome spot for the community to come together and support local businesses. You have the Anderson County Arts Center. You're going to have cultural experiences there through exhibits, workshops, and even performances. It really brings together artists and enthusiasts in the community. And of course, I have to talk about Main Street itself that runs through downtown. Main Street in downtown Anderson is lined with local shops, boutiques, eateries, local restaurants, plenty of spots to grab a drink. It's all a pedestrian-friendly area. That way, residents and visitors can experience what downtown has to offer. And if you want one of my recommendations, I highly suggest you stop at J. Peters Bar and Grill to pick up some barbecue chicken nachos. And of course, for a cup of coffee, you gotta stop at East City Java. Pick yourself up a Black Tiger. You won't be disappointed. That's a coffee drink, just to be specific, not an actual Black Tiger. And for those of you who appreciate historic charm, downtown Anderson is lined with it. Anytime you walk into a restaurant or a local shop, just the way it's built and the vibe that you get from it is really going to give you a sense of that historic vibe. Now, after learning about Anderson, if you still have questions or need help relocating to Anderson or anywhere in the upstate of South Carolina, my contact information will be right here. Or if you would like to book what I call a discovery call straight from a calendar, that link will be in the description of this video below. I've been Josh Oglesby with Real Broker LLC and Upstate SC Living, reminding you to work hard, be kind, and do enjoy yourselves.